My name is Angela Vivar, and I work here at St. Francis Xavier Catholic Church. I am the Director of Hispanic Ministries, and we have a very special guest with us today. His name is Adrian Meneses, and he is a seminarian for our diocese. Adrian, how are you today?
I am fine, thank you.
Good. Adrian, today we're going to talk a little bit about the Eucharist, and I just want to get some insight on what your experience has been with the Holy Eucharist, with the true presence of Christ, and how you view him, what you think about him, and what your thoughts are on that.
For me, the Eucharist is to find a friend. It's the most important for me that I start to discover more when I enter in the seminary, because I knew that was present there. I was part of my catechism when I make my first communion, but I started to develop this friendship with him in the Eucharisty when I enter in the seminary, to develop it and to know that he was there present really, and that I can talk with him like a friend, and about my problems, about my challenges in the studies and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful experience, and I've shared in that too. But you know, I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but there's times when I have felt alone in front of the Eucharist, when I don't even know if he's really listening to me. And it's happened many, many, many times, actually, probably more than not. What do you say about these experiences, that maybe in the moment we are seeking a feeling, or what we think is going to be comfort in that moment, but we don't get it?
That I think that is a normal part of the prayer. It's a normal part of being with Jesus. Times when you don't understand why you are there. But for me, it's important, I think, commitment and to be there. And even if you don't feel anything, to speak with Jesus and to tell that you don't feel anything, that is, you feel like emptiness, and it's right, because you are not always happy or you are not always sad. So there are parts where you will be feeling this person and others not. But it's important that you speak with Jesus, but to have the commitment to be there. You say, I will be there for prayer, and to be there and to tell him, I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
Or I don't feel anything. Yeah, that is, you make a commitment with be there.
Absolutely. And it's so interesting, because the huge part of a relationship, and to continue it and to keep it going, is to work on it. Even when we don't feel like doing it. And isn't that what love actually is staying. And the most beautiful part is that the one who's staying with us and loving us first is Christ. And we're just responding to that.
And we have one life to develop a relationship with God, and especially with the Eucharisty, that we know that He is there. So, and we had all our Christian life to find Jesus. So it's not only in one day that you will find the real presence of God. You start with a moment, and you start to develop it each day of your life.
Yeah. Adrian, what would you say to encourage fellow parishioners and anybody listening, and even non-Catholics who are just like, what are you doing over there when there's a piece of bread, which it's not, it's Jesus Christ himself, but what are you doing in there, and how can I grow in my faith towards the Holy Eucharist?
I think it's to make a commitment. This is important, to find a time in your daily life, your weekend life, and to find a time to look for Him. And to find a person, if you don't understand, to explain more about that. But if you make time, you put like a part of your schedule. You say, I will go 5 minutes or 10 minutes today to the church, and to try to pray and to find the presence in the tabernacle of Jesus.
Absolutely.
So here at St. Francis, we have the opportunity to have Jesus exposed 2 days in the week, on Wednesday and Thursday. So you can find 5 minutes time of your day, and to be there present, and to ask Him. It's more important to ask Him to find His presence.
Absolutely. Adrian, thank you for sharing your experience. Thank you for being so honest with us, and for letting us know that Christ is there no matter what, and that He's going to show up for us. But in the moment, sometimes it's not magic, right? But He can do beautiful things in our lives when we make that commitment, regardless of how we feel. So thank you for sharing.
Thank you.